What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new Freelancer Spotlight. We're going to take a look at the new Freelancer NEV. She's new firepower to Atlas Reactor, and her weapons really coincide with boomerangs, I guess. They look like hula hoops, to be honest, but we'll just see as we go along, and I'll show you her skins as we're about to do right now. Different colors for the standard. She doesn't have another one, and because we're on the PTS server still, since she's not released yet live, which she will probably next week, we'll see what else she can come up with. But anyway, we're going to be going to her abilities, and the first ability is Catarangs. Throw out a deadly energy disc, dealing 24 direct damage to enemies. The disc returned to you next turn, dealing 12 indirect damage to enemies. The returning disc passes through walls and ignores cover. Gain 4 energy per enemy hit by outgoing or returning disc. So basically what you're doing is you're throwing out a boomerang, and it goes and hits your enemy, but when it comes back, it goes through all terrain, pretty much. It ignores cover. So it's like Phaedra's standard ability. Her next ability is In-biggle. Empower a returning Catarang, increasing its size by 66%, its damage by 8, and causing it to slow enemies it passes, gain 4 energy. So pretty much it's just like it makes the circle or the hitbox bigger, and it does 8 more damage. So instead of, I'm thinking it's the 12 damage when it returns, and instead of 12 damage it does 20. So that does, I mean, it's pretty good damage, but it's not as high damage as what you would think from a new Freelancer, especially a firepower like Nev. Excuse me. Her next ability is Mousetrap. Throw a seeking Catarang that reveals the first target hit. During the next decision mode, the seeker disc will lock on to the target's current space and will travel there during the blast phase, dealing 24 direct damage to all enemies in the way ignores cover. Gain 4 energy and an additional 6 energy per enemy damaged. So that is a prep phase ability, and it has to hit them in order to lock on and chase them if they move. So that I thought it was able to be autonomous, like if you throw it out and somebody were to run into it, it doesn't work with that, because as soon as you throw it, it doesn't hit nobody, it disappears. So it has to hit them first. That is one of the things I wanted to make sure when doing Mousetrap. So when you hit somebody and they run, it will chase them and do 24 damage. Her dash ability is Acro Cat. Throw a Catarang and dash to a location. Can move after dashing. Gain 4 energy per enemy hit by outgoing or returning disc. It's basically Kita's dash, except you're not going the opposite direction that you're shooting. You're actually going and throwing your disc out the way that you're going right now. Her last ability is Cataclysm. Throw out 3 Catarangs. Damage from multiple Catarangs does not stack. Requires 50 energy. So, here's the deal. Her Catarangs do not stack when they hit people. I guess you could say it's almost like an Aurora ultimate. Like normally you would take 24 damage or 20 or so on, and she goes from multiple different directions. So, how does this work with Nev? Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know, because she seems very versatile, but as far as I'm concerned, her damage is not there. She does 24 damage, okay? That's fine. But it almost seems like there can be, I don't know, like an ease of beating her. You're throwing a Catarang out, and it does return damage when it comes back to you. Now, you could possibly use that for like lining up targets that come and chase you. So if they do come inside, go and come after you, you could line yourself up, and the Catarang will come back and do 20 damage or 12 damage, whatever the damage is. So if you want to really say the total damage that she does, instead of 24 damage, she technically does 36 damage. Or if you do the 8, if you do In-biggle, it does 42 damage. So, I mean, it can be in total what and how much damage she does. Besides the negativity, sorry about that. Besides the negativity, I will say that she can be to a point of being more of a, you could say like a troll, really? against the other, like an annoying type of Lancer against them, because she could go and do damage and run away, and still do damage when the almost called it a Batarang, it should be a Catarang, comes back and hits them. So being able to do that would allow for not only your teammates to be able to set up for better positions, but be able to dish out more damage using the Catarang and returning it. It's hard for me to really explain how this one works, because this Lancer, I mean, it's a Firepower Freelancer. Let's get this straight. She does 24 damage straight up. If she does hit the additional 12 damage on the other person, it would be technically 36. But how many times are you going to see that same disc hit the same Lancer that you hit? It's not going to happen. It's going to either be another person like a frontliner, it's going to be a support if you can get there, if you're chasing possibly like an Orion, a Cork, or so on, and it's going to be separate damage. Now, I'm not bashing on her. I'm just saying that the damage seems kind of low for what it is. If it was heightened a little bit, or if it was to a point of her ultimate kind of being a little bit more than what it is, I mean, being able to stack the ultimate would have been a little bit better too, because it is an ultimate. It's not like it's a standard attack. And I do like the fact that she is kind of like an Aurora ultimate, to where it goes in different directions, and when she moves, they can come back. That's pretty nice. But like I said, 24 damage for the Catarangs are, like I said, slow. But anyway, this is Nev. She kind of looks like a anime cat person, and she does seem to be flexible in dealing damage or just annoying people in general. And Mousetrap could also be very useful as well, being able to hit somebody and let them chase you 24 damage if they try to run away. Anyway, guys, this is Lancer Spotlight, and I'll see y'all later.